Hello guys, it's me again. Welcome back to my channel, which is Tech and Non-Tech with Sumit Tohdar with another update. So before we proceed, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe it and you can follow me in my social media, Facebook and Instagram for more updates. So let's start the video. So today notification given by the Bharat Electronics for the post of trainee engineer 1 and for the project engineer 1, and for the trainee engineer 1, number of total post is 308 and upper age limit as on 1st of August 2021 is 25. So yeah, for trainee engineer the maximum age is 25, and then reservation of post further divided. For the general category it is 124 post, and for the EWS 31, for OBC 83, for AC 47 and for ST 23. So this is price, and they will be paid if they get selected for the first year rupees 25,000, and for the second year 28,000, and for the third year 31,000. So this is the pay for the trainee engineer 1, and the posting will be in the Bangalore complex. 1, for this the number of posts is 203 and upper age limit as on 1st of August 2021 is 28. So the maximum age is 28 for the project engineer, and the reservation number of posts according to reservation for the project engineer 1 is 84 for the unreserved category, and 21 for the EWS, 54 for OBC candidate, and for the AC 34 and ST 14. So total 203 for the project engineer 1. For them maximum upper age is 28, and for them the consolidated remuneration per month will be 35k for the first year, and for the second year it will be 40k, and for the third year 45, and for the fourth year it will be 50k. So remember that these both are contractual basis. This is not the permanent job. So this is the pay for the project engineer and for the trainee engineer, and for both posts the location will be Bangalore complex. So, and note is mentioned over here, 4% of the post will be reserved for the persons with disability. So out of this the 4% of this will be reserved for the PWD candidate. Okay, so now we look okay, and age relaxation is also there for the OBC candidate. For the SC/ST 5 years is there according to the Government of India guidelines. And then already I have explained about their pay, about the pay of both posts, and we look the qualification for the project engineer 1 and the trainee engineer 1. So the qualification should be the 4 years full-time B/BTech engineering course from the reputed institute or university in the discipline of electronics and communication, electronics and telecommunication, and then mechanical, electrical and electronics. And the first class is the indicated qualification for the general OBC and EWS candidate, and pass class for the ST/SC and PWD candidate. So remember that for the OBC, general and EWS, first class is indicated qualification, and for the ST/SC their qualification should be the pass class. That's it, and that is the qualification for the both posts. And there is post qualification experience also needed for the project engineer 1 as on 1st of August 2021. For the trainee engineer the post qualification is not mandatory. The fresh engineering graduate can also apply for the trainee engineer 1 post, and fresher should have completed 8th semester examination, and he should have all the documents before the joining. He should have the provisional degree certificate, engineering degree certificate at the time of joining. If he is unable to produce these during the joining period, he will be automatically, his candidature will be failed. So then candidates who are currently still pursuing engineering degree or have backlogs papers from previous semester, they need not to apply. Even they apply, their application will be rejected. So remember that for the trainee engineer post, freshers graduate can also apply. Only a requirement is that if at least degree certificate, or if you have the OD, you can go ahead. And then for the project engineer, 2 years post qualification is mandatory in industrial experience, and only relevant post qualification experience will be considered. So remember that the candidate, those who have the teaching and research experience, they need not to apply for the project engineer too, because their experience will not be considered. Only industrial experience will be considered as a post qualification for the post of project engineer 1. I repeat once again, only the industrial experience will be considered as a post qualification, and those who have the teaching and research experience, they need not to apply because their experience will be not considered as a post qualification. So this is the requirement for the project engineer post, and we'll discuss about the selection procedure. So the selection for both the post will be based on the merit list. So how the merit list is prepared, we'll talk about it. So the merit list will be prepared based on the aggregate percentage obtained by the candidate in their B or BTech or work according to their work experiences. So how they will draw the marks from their graduate and work experience is also given over here. So the 75% marks will be allotted for aggregate marks scored in BTech. So remember, B/will the relevant work experience. In that also 2.5 marks for minimum stipulated work experience, and additional 1.25 marks will be added for additional 6 months of relevant experience, and that could be go up to maximum of 10 marks. So 75% from the graduation, 10% from the work experience, and candidate will be shortlisted for the interview based on the above in the ratio of 1:5. Means for the one seat, 5 candidates will be selected for the interview round, and then 15% marks will be allotted to them based on their interview. So total 75% marks from their graduation marks, 10% marks will be allotted for relevant work experience, and then 15% marks will be allotted for according to how they perform. Those who have the CGPA, they should have the formula of conversion from CGPA to percentage, and they should not be failed to produce the formula of conversion from CGPA to percentage as per their concerned university. If failure to do so will result in disqualification. So those who have the degree in the CGPA, they should produce their CGPA conversion to percentage, and based on that should be their concerned university. If they are unable to produce that formula, they automatically will be disqualified. So, and then the list of candidates shortlisted for the interview will be made available on the Bharat Electronics Limited website. For checking those who have shortlisted, you please be updated with their official website of the Bharat Electronics Limited regarding the interview, and shortlisted candidate will be available in their official website, which is Bharat Electronics Limited. And once they will release the shortlisted candidate, and their interview will be conducted only video based. So this is the video based interview. for the shortlisted candidate, and then result of the final selection will be available on BL website. Again, for the final result, they will not intimate you separately or individually, or they will not mail you. So please be updated with their Bharat Electronics Limited website. Then we'll discuss how to apply. So candidates who are desirous of applying for the above post may apply online by clicking the relevant link provided against the advertisement. So you can go to their official website, and then if not, you go down to the description box. I'll put the link directly over there. You can apply from. Candidate needs to fill all the things correctly, and there should not be any false information. If it is so, then they'll be disqualified again. So while filling the form, you please be careful what you write or what you feel, and same you have to produce during the interview. If you are unable to tally with that, you will be disqualified. So application fee is for the project engineer 1, rupees 500 for the general, EWS and OBC candidate, and for the trainee engineer it is 200 for the EWS and OBC candidate. Okay, and then for application fee should be remitted through SBI Collect link only, and before you fill the form you should have the SBI Collect reference number. SBI Collect reference number, because you need to fill this reference number while filling the online application form. Okay, so this is the one main important point. You should keep that in mind before you apply. And then documents to be uploaded along with the applications by candidate is, I will just dictate it out one by one. What are the documents you need to upload? Okay, so 10th standard, as of date of proof of date of birth, then degree certificate as applicable, and all semester marks or consolidated marks card. So either you can upload your consolidated marks card or all semester marks. I'll suggest you to upload if you have consolidated marks. In that you will be having all the semester marks in one card itself. So better you please upload the consolidated marks card if you have it. If not, you please go with that separate semester marks card. And those who are claiming for the age relaxation, you have to upload your caste certificate according to their format, and format also you have to go and visit their website. And next is the post qualification. If you have any post qualification experience, if you are claiming that, then you have to produce the same for that certificate also. If you are unable to do that, you won't be considered and you will be rejected for the post where it is needed post qualification. And then candidates working on permanent fixed tenure basis in any PSU or government organization need to submit compulsory no objection certificate at the time of interview, otherwise you will be not allowed for it. And then for these are the general instruction. You please go and read it before you apply. So whatever the things you should know before you apply, already I have discussed it. And still if you need any clarification, you can mail number for any clarification. So thank you. This notification was given by the Bharat Electronics Limited. With this I am signing out. Until we meet again, till then, bye bye.